Hi, everybody. This is Silvio Canto in Dallas, Texas on Wednesday, May 22nd, and welcome to our video commentary. Well, there's a person running for president on the Democrat side. His name is Mayor Pete. He's got a very unusual last name that I always butcher every time I pronounce, so I hope he doesn't mind if I call him Mayor Pete. I don't think he does because a lot of people call him by that name. He is the mayor of a city in Indiana. He's a very young man, 37 years old, a military veteran, and a man who's openly homosexual. And he's been, I guess, in politics for a short time, but he's running for president of the United States. This last Sunday night, he had a town hall meeting at Fox News. And before the town hall meeting, he had made some statements about Thomas Jefferson. And the question that he was asked at the Fox News town hall meeting was about Thomas Jefferson and his comments, or Mayor Pete's comments, that his name, Jefferson's name, should be removed from some political events. Now, in all fairness to the mayor, he wasn't talking about bringing down the Jefferson Memorial or changing the names of colleges. He wasn't talking about that. He was specifically talking about Democrat Party events. The Democrat have historically had an event called the Jefferson-Jackson Dinner, and these are events that where Democrats get together and have, sort of social and political events. And he feels that those events should not have the name of Thomas Jefferson, that they should be named after people of color because of what Thomas Jefferson means and some of the things that he wrote about slavery. Well, yes, indeed, Thomas Jefferson was a slave owner, like most men of that time. I mean, most ranchers at that time in the United States in the South, obviously, were slave owners. The slaves were the people who worked the fields, and that's just the way it was. And people like Thomas Jefferson, on one hand, they were writing about all men are created equal, but on the other hand, of course, that didn't apply to black people. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows the inconsistency, and everybody understands it. And I'm sure that if Thomas Jefferson was around, he'd be the first one to admit that what he did was wrong. But Thomas Jefferson was also an amazing human being, an integral part of the American Republic. I mean, if you do not understand the role of Thomas Jefferson in our nation's history, in our country, the Declaration of Independence, he was the third president of the United States. If you don't understand that, then you have no business running for president. And too many Democrats, it seems to me, are running to this symbolism of tearing down statues or changing names. And they're doing it, I think, at a tremendous cost to these people and their reputation, Jefferson in this case. They're also doing it doing a terrible disservice to minority Americans who are not being presented a balanced view of who Thomas Jefferson was, or for that matter, other figures of that time. Yes, they were slave owners, nobody denies that, but they were also incredible human beings who were fundamentally critical in the formation of the United States. And to simply look at them as slave owners and not look at the big picture is, I think, a big mistake. And people like Mayor Pete, I think they're pandering to the left wing of the party when they make statements like that. But they need to stand back for a second and ask themselves the question, are we really improving the lives of minorities in this country by changing the name of a dinner from Jefferson Jackson to whatever name you want to put on it? Is that really how we're going to help minorities? Or would we be better off doing something about public schools and job creation and bringing more opportunities to minorities? Is that the better way to help them? I think it is. But many Democrats are so obsessed with all of this historical stuff that I think they think they're helping minorities, but in fact, I don't think they are at all. They're actually hurting minorities because they're basically talking about a bunch of things that mean absolutely nothing to minorities in 2019. Removing the name of Thomas Jefferson is not going to help a single black person in America get a better education or get a better job. So I think we should be focusing on that and leave these names alone and move on to the future, because that's really what we should be talking about. So Mayor Pete, just get over Jefferson and tell us how you're going to, what are you going to do about the unaffordable Health Care Act that so many Americans cannot pay the premium of. We have all of these on YouTube, on Twitter, and on my blog. And if today is your birthday, have a great birthday. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye, everybody.